You're listening to Unfiltered with Kenny Thomas on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal. I got Kaylina in here producing with me today, you guys, and it's Tuesday. I got my guy Ed Nunez from the Pit Press in here with me as well. But ladies first, what's going on, Kaylina? What's up?
I'm just chilling.
What's cracking over the weekend? Anything? Any you blowing your people away with that amazing voice of yours? What's up? What's cracking?
I haven't scheduled any gigs.
Yes,
I
I'm
had
sucking
a
up
friend
to my
ask me.
producer. Yes, I kissed my producer's
I did
butt.
have a friend ask me, but I'm not playing with a band. And I love playing with other musicians, but coordinating with other people's busy lives to rehearse, it's not worth it for me right now. Yeah. So no gigs right now, but you'll be the first one to know, Kenny.
Wow. Okay, that's the. Hey, anything else? Boyfriend action? What's up?
He's chilling.
Tell him I said what's up. Sometimes I hope he listens to the show sometimes because I give him a lot of love.
Oh. I keep telling him he needs to call in. He will. It'll happen. It's going to be a special day.
Oh, dang. Don't push it that far. You ain't going to be that. It's a special day that I'm on. What are you talking about? I
just
can't help it.
It'll be a great day. Hey. I won't be a messenger. He can represent his sports views. I won't have to embarrass myself. It'll be great.
Keelan, I'm going to give you some love because my guy Ed from the Pit Press is with us too as well. But Ed made a comment about your giggle, your laugh.
Yes.
It stands out. Like obviously he's probably getting some people that are responding, I'm assuming. But yeah, Ed, what's up with that? Like her giggle, man. It
brings a lot to the show, man. She does. And she's got a light about her. She's young. She's vibrant. I always enjoy talking to her, and I'm glad she's the producer of your show when I come in. I like Jonah too. But Kalina's just brings a different.
But today's my day, so we're going to only talk about me. Just kidding.
Oh, man. Kalina, I love it, man. I love it. Hey, man.
You can save the compliments.
Put a stake in the
Jonah
ground. Yeah, put a stake in the ground.
Here.
Yeah.
Tell him, Kalina. Get him.
So there it is. I love Kalina. Kalina brings a lot to your show, Kenny.
I appreciate it. See, I wanted to give you some more love because he really did say that. And you notice I didn't wink at him or say anything. You could see me.
Y'all just want me to embarrass myself saying the wrong teams again.
Even if you do though, hey, I mess up. I called one of our random guests, Sam, and his name was Sean. He's from it happens.
Why?
It's called being human. But hey, my guy Ed, what's going on, man? The Pit Press, what's up?
What we
what have
interviewed?
You just had,
just yesterday morning, we interviewed Eric Moulton, and I interviewed Jordan Malott, the associate head coach of the women's program, along with Amy Egan. We had Coach Malott.
Oh, you had Coach Egan on?
No, we had Coach Malott, her assistant.
Okay.
We had him on for about 20 minutes. He talked about the Princeton offense. I mentioned you.
Hey.
I said, yeah, Kenny Thomas ran that in Sacramento under Pete Carroll. And
I love that.
We talked about that. Hey, I'll tell you one thing. They're looking for players that can cut, move, create opportunities for other players. Check it out. It's on YouTube and X. I'm very proud of that interview. I thought we did a good job. So we had him on for about 20 minutes, and that was yesterday. So we're moving and shaking at the Pit Press, and I appreciate you always giving us some love there.
What? That's a given. That's the least I could do is promote what you're doing over at the Pit Press.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Ed, you've been doing this a long time, right?
Yes.
Oh,
what is
that's
your
why
favorite...
I'm learning from him.
He is the best mentor. What
really
is your favorite part about getting to, being part of the Pit Press and running it? And
great question, homie. This is what you bring to the table, and it's not even a sports question, but it is.
People need to know.
No,
but it is. You go, girl.
Yeah, about 3 years ago, I was asked to be a part of this. They felt like there wasn't enough Lobo coverage, and 610 does a great job. So does other radio stations in town, but they wanted another outlet to provide more Lobo coverage. I've been a Lobo fan since 1970, so it was a natural, fit, I thought. And then we brought my son in a couple of years ago. And I got to tell you, Colleen, I think my favorite part is doing it with him. My son and I are on live shows together. We broadcast together. And I always tell my son, I said, son, I won't be here forever, but you can go back and look at those broadcasts someday and say, it's a dream that we get to do it. And now my son, who I told you is excellent on the air, is getting to the point like, Dad, you got to step aside, or Dad, this or that. And that's the fun part. We have a lot of fun with that. And, we're both kind of macho dudes, and we joke around. But I'll tell you one thing, I love him very, very much. And I think that's the best part about it.
That's so cool because
cool.
Nick has siblings, right?
No, he's the only child.
He's an only child?
He's an only child.
He's an only child like me. No
Yeah.
wonder you
Games.
drool over him like
Oh,
that.
you know what? Oh, his mother, God, and you know his mom. He can do no wrong, according to his mom. Now that's all love to my wife, who I've been married 37 years. I've been married to her, and again, I'm lucky, a beautiful family, blessed in every way imaginable.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
But that's the answer there, Kalina, and I appreciate you asking that. Being a part of it with him and just being part of Lobo Athletics, it's a dream.
We
so
gotta get
was
Nick
radio
on.
going to be like? Was that your dream, or was it like something that you just
where did
discovered?
you start?
You know, another good question. Actually, I tried to do that in college years ago, but then I moved back to UNM, got my degree in rec, worked for the city for 30 years with family and community services, retired with senior affairs, and then I got the job at Western New Mexico in 2019 when I retired, walked right into that, and then it's been one thing after another. The Pit Press, radio station 610. So it's been a dream. You know, I'm living the dream, but
That's
I lived it
awesome.
after. You know, I didn't make a career of it. I've got a pension coming in, thank God. I'm not rich, but at least I don't have to worry about monthly money coming in.
Hey,
I'm
I
very
probably won't
blessed.
get a pension, so you know.
Hey, I got a pension. That shit lovely.
Hey man,
Hey,
don't rub it
That
in.
stuff lovely.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's
stuff
the
lovely.
time of
My pension's
past.
not like your pension, but
I got
a
an
little-
ex-wife, bro. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I got an ex-wife, and I got California's brutal, man. You guys have no clue.
Ooh, those taxes.
Hey,
What? Just everything in general. California. Hey, but this is something that Jonah brought up yesterday, you guys, and I want to bring it up to you because there's a text message here, and to where you guys can understand where it's coming from. So Jonah yesterday, he made a comment like, "Who's the most famous Michael ever?" So the first thing that popped in my mind, I didn't say it, but I said it after the fact, was Michael Jordan because of sports. But then I didn't say it, and I said Michael Jackson. And
I mean,
and then like there's more to this because there were some people that called in and said, Jonah, just a kid, Michael wouldn't be Michael if it wasn't for Elvis. So then somebody looped in Elvis, and then you had Mud say, hey, one's pop, one's rock. But now there's a text right here that goes, as long as Kaylina doesn't bring in the fake crap that Jonah brought in yesterday about Michael is way better than Elvis ever could be.
Oh.
we stand on the shoulders of giants.
Now, with that
Love it.
said, I'm going to come to you, Ed. Now, here we go, right? Here's the Michael Jordan era. Now, here's the LeBron era. People don't like Michael that are younger. Older people like Michael. Younger people like LeBron. Is it a matter of just preference and time?
Some of that is true. Some of it's
You
true.
see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's the when I broke it down like that, I think I explained it pretty perfectly. But Elvis is Elvis. I don't know Elvis. I know more Michael. So, but they were both legends in their own right. But once again, first thing that comes to mind when you think of Michael is the most famous Michael is who?
I'd say Michael. I think they're right. Michael Jackson to me. My wife and I are looking forward to watching that movie that's coming out here in I think a month.
Thursday.
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 My wife,
Oh,
in
is
fact,
that soon?
Yeah.
Oh, snap.
my wife said that's a date night, honey. And that's definitely a date night. We can't wait to see that one, man. So,
Oh, that's so cute.
Oh man, the guy we went and saw the at Popejoy. We saw the Michael play at Popejoy.
Okay.
Amazing. You asked me how it was, and it's hard to
Oh, yeah, I remember
stimulate
that.
that dancing and the moves that guy made. The guy had body twitches that nobody could ever copy or emulate. That's God-given talent. So to me, he was amazing. Man.
And then Jonah made a comment, has anybody ever had plastic surgery to change their face like this Michael person? That's why he says Michael Jackson. Are you going to say Michael Jackson too?
I think arguably it'd be fair, just because it's covering more like a wide variety of audiences.
Right?
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah, because he's like a global superstar.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Iconic.
yeah.
And plastic surgery, man. People change their face to look like Mike. Just
Yeah.
saying.
That's,
And then somebody said, Jonah said Mike Tyson, but it's still not close.
yeah, I left silence there because I'm still just shook. I'm like, what are you saying right now? Like, because he got a lot of work done, I thought. But you're saying other people got work
Yeah,
to look
normal
like
people
him?
to look like Mike. Yeah, Michael
That's
Jackson.
like a whole different level than getting someone's face tattooed on you.
Yeah, hey,
And we
now,
thought that was a little much.
now get this, Ed. Mike Tyson. It's not, is it close? Hey, you hesitating like it's close.
No, it's not. It wasn't, but that guy had his time too, man. That was a wrecking machine, when he was in his prime.
I was going to say, people definitely have his face tattooed on.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
that guy was amazing, man. He was for a short period of time. He was the king of the heavyweights, and of course he had some mental issues too, and you never knew what you were going to get. The biting of the ear of Evander Holyfield, and he admitted that he was at the end of his career, he didn't want to fight anymore. He had practically gave up his last fight, but before that, in his young career, how many guys did he knock out in the first round that were scared to death to even enter the ring against this man? There's a lot of them. There's a whole lot of them.
Yo, there's a lot of moves that are happening. I want to talk to my guy Ed about Billy Donovan getting fired from the Bulls when we get back. And then we got Wemby, MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, unanimously.
Wemby.
Yeah.
I just think that every single time someone says
do
Wemby.
Things like that. You can do things like that. Use that voice. Wemby.
I
can't do it. I tried.
That's what is living in my psychosis. I'm just like, Wemby.
That's so awesome. We're going to take this quick break. We'll be right back. Thank you guys for listening to Unfiltered with Kenny Thomas on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal. You're listening to Unfiltered with Kenny Thomas on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal. I got my girl Kaylina in here producing with me today, you guys, and I got my other boy, Ed Nunez from the Pit Press in here with me. You got to go check out the Pit Press. It's on Facebook, and once you find it there, you can pretty much find it wherever else. You got to go support my local guy, Ed, and the things they're doing with the Pit Press. Also, Capital Ford, the Brandt family, been in the family for 60 years, Santa Fe. Sponsors Unfiltered, and they sponsored the Pit Press as well. They started with the Pit Press before they started supporting Unfiltered, so I got to give a shout out to my guy Zach. Also got to give a shout out to APD. Thank you for everything you do in the community. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of the things that you guys are doing in the community. If you're interested in being an officer, you can go to APD Online.
How did that event go?
The gun buyback?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate you asking. So, with ACS involved, New Mexico Crime Stoppers, I think they gave away 30,000, and it was a matter of an hour and a half.
That's really quickly.
They didn't start giving away money until 9. I was passing out Isotopes tickets, and I was passing out United tickets as well. But people started lining up at like 6 a.m., they said. So people came from all over the state. And, yeah, it was huge because Commander said that there was one person. The year before last, this always touches me when I talk about it. There was a young lady that brought a gun last year, and the last gun buyback, I think. And she needed to find a place to get rid of the weapon because of somebody in her home that was contemplating suicidal thoughts,
which is a real problem.
Yeah, which is huge. So it was a save. It was one of those things to where we probably saved a life, which is huge. So I'm really, really happy and proud of that. I mean, I also want to say, you guys, and we think all officers are bad. You got to think about the individuals that are officers, just like the regular people that are individuals as well, that are not just good people. We can't look at our officers that are serving our community as bad people because they're not all bad. Just throw that out there. You just got to think about everything that they have to go through being out in the field and being in this community and other communities that are in different states, just officers in general. And at the same time, there's people even signing up that are like over 50 that I just saw, to where it doesn't matter. It's just one of those things that's, it even comes down to where if you have DUIs or marijuana or anything like that, only thing that's stopping you is if you have a felony. They're taking people as we speak. So I had to just drop that nugget. Yeah, go ahead, Ed. You want to say something?
For the gun buyback, I mean, protect and serve. I've met a lot of great police officers, and they're there. Again, there's bad apples in every cart or every basket, but the guy you had in here, I've met a bunch of great ones.
I appreciate
so,
that.
You know what? You're right. We can't think of them all as they're here to protect and serve. And I get people, get upset with them, but they're here to do a job.
Yeah,
exactly. We have to respect that, I think.
Yeah. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Okay, so Billy Donovan, man, steps down as the Bulls head coach after 6 seasons. A respected guy. Bad situation. Me and Ed were talking offline to where the Bulls came out and they won like 11 to like 15 straight or something like that. And it was like, whoa, the Bulls are going to make some noise. But he had one more year in the contract. Obviously, it comes down to making some moves. It starts with the person that's higher, obviously. But they fired their general manager, they fired their president, and they fired their coach. So the Bulls, man, everybody's not known. I mean, thinking about the Bulls being so bad because you think about Mike and you think about D Rose and some other people that have gone through there like Jalen Rose to where it's just a different culture. But it comes a time to where you got to change it up. Ed, what's your thoughts on Billy Donovan?
They started out good. They started out hot. They won, 10 in a row at one point, maybe 8 in a row, and they were looking good. And then after that, they just went in the tank, man. They didn't have a good season. They didn't make the playoffs. And it's you know how it is in the NBA, or any league. You either win, get to the playoffs. Coach Donovan, Billy Donovan's been there for 6 seasons, and so they decided to make a change. But they got everybody, not just him. The general manager's gone. So when you mentioned that era they had with the three-peats and then another three-peat when Jordan steps away, they could have probably won 8 straight. They said if Mike hadn't quit. But the funny thing was, even at the end, Jerry Krause told Phil Jackson before his last season, I don't care if you go 82-0, you're out of here. That's how anxious Jerry Krause was. Yeah. And why? They might have squeezed one more year.
He was a control freak.
Oh, yeah, Jerry Krause hated Jackson because Jackson had called him out on some things, so he hated Jackson. And you go back to that era there, and you could argue when they went 72, they won 72 games. Was it 70 games or 72 games?
I think it was,
72, then Golden State won 73.
Yeah.
But that might have been the greatest team that we ever saw, or certainly at the top of it. They asked Mike about it at that time, and Michael said, has anybody else ever won 72 games, period. Yeah. So they had their time. They've been trying to get back, and you know that, Kenny, it's tough to get back to that kind of level of winning. You change rosters, you change coaches, you bring in people, and sometimes it doesn't work. So the Bulls are looking for a new coach, and we'll see what happens.
Yo, yeah, man, it's one of those things. The NBA, like, look at. I can't wait to talk about the Atlanta Hawks and like where they are now. But hey, Wemby, unanimous Defensive Player of the Year in NBA history. 197 blocks, led the NBA by 44. Defensive rating 103 when on the floor. It's unbelievable. The what this man has done in such a short amount of time. He already joins Jordan and David Robinson as Rookie of the Year plus Defensive Player of the Year winners. Just to be in that category with those two guys, one thing that sticks out is David Robinson is a guy that he has access to with the Spurs, and you got Tim Duncan, and you still got Popovich that's still a part of the organization to some capacity, but Tim Duncan and David Robinson there, man, I can only think about the knowledge that he's able to take in and from the development perspective on how good this kid can be. Sky's the limit. So it's one of those things like we're not surprised. What's your thoughts on him getting Defensive Player of the Year, bud?
The youngest Defensive Player of the Year in history, 197 blocks, led the NBA by 44. A defensive rating of 103.6 when on the floor. Opponents avoided shots at rim at second highest rate in the league. So I think that tells you about his impact. We talked about great shot blockers of the past. Bill Russell would block shots. Hakeem Olajuwon, Chamberlain. Chamberlain was a great shot blocker. Those guys change the defensive identity of a team because as an offensive unit, you're trying to get downhill. We saw that with Minnesota last night. We'll get to that later. They attacked the rim and didn't stop. Yeah, them brothers, man, they were attacking with some purpose. But when you go in there against that guy, he's got such a long wingspan, you have to think it makes you hesitate. Even on mid-range jumpers, when you get in the paint, you're thinking, can he get it? How does he impact the game defensively? He said that about a month ago. Yeah. I think I'm the MVP because of the way I impact the game. He didn't say, hey, I hope I get it. Yeah. He said, I should be the MVP. That's what he said.
So basically we're saying he's the best defensive player we've ever seen at this age. 21, 22. 7'4", 7'5", or is he 7'7"? He got to be the
Wingspan?
best.
With the wingspan?
What is that? 9?
Yeah.
Nine something.
And agile, athletic, can dribble, shoot. We've never seen anything like this. We've never seen it, and he's not close to a finished product. Not even close.
See, now the thing about it is, before we go to break, I want your thoughts on this, and I want you to think about it. Ed, when we come back from this break, and I'll ask you about it. Can Wimby hold up? Can his body frame hold up? When I had Bo Hightower on here yesterday, who's a chiropractor and a doctor, that gave me an unbelievable adjustment. It came down to, can Wimby hold up and have a long career? Yeah, I got to get your thoughts on that, because there's some big dudes that were thin that did not have
Ralph
long
Sampson
careers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I want your thoughts on that.
Yeah.
We'll be right back. You're listening to Unfiltered with Kenny Thomas on 95.9 FM and AM 610 The Sports Animal. You're listening to Unfiltered with Kenny Thomas on 95.9 FM and AM 610 The Sports Animal. I got Kaylina in here with me, and I got my guy Ed from the Pit Press in here with me as well. Hey, you guys, I got a couple of new guests in here. She's not really new. Michelle is one. She works here at the station. So if you want to reach out to Michelle at cumulus.com. Yeah, I think that's right? Am I close? Yeah, just call the station and ask for Michelle, just to let you guys know. If you want to sell something, call Michelle. But, hey, Michelle brought us another guest, you guys. Her name is Eva. And what did I do wrong, Michelle? I got to give you some love. What's up? Hey, say something to my audience. Yeah, say what's up.
Hey, everybody. If you need someone to sell something, I'm your girl.
See, I got you,
Michelle's
homie.
awesome.
Yes, she is.
She's all put on the spot.
So I got Eva, you guys here from the Do Portugal Circus, to where they travel all over, and they Mexico, Costa Rica, Panama, El Salvador, and some other places. But thank you, Eva, for coming on. You're from New York, actually, right? And you're traveling around with the circus. Give us a little insight on, one, what do you do for the circus?
So I'm an aerialist.
So you're up on that thin little rope?
Yep.
Doing your little thing. So what do you do on that rope up in the air?
So actually I have straps. It's two little ropes.
Okay, thank God you have straps, because I got scared for you.
But yeah, I just do stuff in the air. It's a lot of dance, a lot of gymnastics. It's strength, flexibility.
So what are you, about 5'2"?
5'1".
See, I was close. So you got to be small to be up on there. Hey, I'm 6'8". I couldn't be up there, huh?
Oh, you could?
I'll probably break the rope.
No.
I'm too big.
No.
Come on, man. My head alone is too big.
No, you're fine.
So, Ed, we got a caller, actually. Maybe there's a question. Well, I'll get to you in a second, Lamont. But, Ed, from the Pit Press, my guy, your granddaughter actually went to the circus that was here, right?
She did.
This circus, right?
Yeah, she did. She did. And, I asked her a question about it. She mentioned, I can't remember exactly what she said, but she went with a friend of hers from school, and she had she's 7. She's going to be 8 years old on May 1st. So that's a perfect age. I remember taking my son to the circus at Tingley Coliseum here when he was young. So she had a great time and couldn't wait to tell us about it. So you must have put on a great show.
Fantastic. That's what we want to hear.
Yeah,
that's cool. Hey, I know you got a question. You got all excited, Kaylina.
Well, I mean, I literally interrogated her for like 2 hours at a remote before the show.
Well, ask her a question. This is live, so interrogate her right now to where it's live. It's not like recorded or anything, just to let you know.
To share with other people, Eva, what is your favorite part about being in the circus?
I love being able to take something that I love, which is my act, is everything that I do in the circus, and I love sharing that with communities, because everything we do is so personal, and it's part of who we are. So to be able to share that is really special. And that's probably my favorite part.
This was your dream, right?
Yes.
Yeah. You went to like school for this.
I did, yeah.
That's amazing.
That's
Sorry,
cool. I was just about to ask that. So it's like you started in school, and then what happened after that as far as you getting into your craft, as far as like performing?
Yeah, I spent about 10 years in and out of different circus schools and circus programs. And then I kind of just decided what I wanted my career to look like in terms of act, and did I want to go to arenas, or did I want to do like a company tour, or did I want to go with the big tops? And I just kind of said I want to do big top touring, and I just put my acts together and hit the ground running.
Oh, that's cool. So how long have you been actually traveling? It's been 10 years, basically?
School was 10 years. I've been doing this for 17.
7. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I just
She
think
probably
about
could
your
teach at the school while she was attending.
I think about her back and different things like that. Like any back pains or anything like that. Like
No, not really. I have really good physical therapists. I get massages. I take care of myself.
she's 5'2", man. 5'1".
5'1",
Like, the
actually.
flexibility is probably already there. I'm thinking I'm 6'8". I'm like, I'm too big. Hey, and I'm not limber at all.
You know, that's
Hey, geez,
the show
yeah.
we need. Okay, Eva teaching the former NBA player how to be an aerialist. That's
it's
what
called,
we need.
It's called 48. Nope. I'm not flying. No,
Why
it doesn't
not?
sound good at all. So what else do you do? So you do different things up there. You do the hoops and different things, and you like flip on the rope and do all of that in the
Basically.
Oh, wow. See, I know something. I just don't know what else. Yeah. Go ahead, Ed.
Talk about the safety aspect of it, because when you see that,
Yes.
I remember the trapeze and seeing those things when I was young. Talk about the safety aspect of it for people that may not know.
Yeah, so safety is the number one priority. And that's part of our job as professionals, is to keep ourselves safe, the audience safe, and for everyone to have a good time. So the safety is really important. We're always checking equipment, always swapping out apparatuses, carabiners, swivels, putting belts on performers that are higher up, using like blow up like airbags for the higher acts, like the high wire act uses an airbag. The flying trapeze act has a net under it. So we're always taking care of the safety.
You mentioned taking care of yourself, and you're traveling from city to city, and sometimes that's not conducive to maybe a good diet, but you have to take care of yourself. You mentioned that.
Yes.
Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, it's just, we're all so used to it. So it doesn't really feel like a chore to kind of take care of these things, like looking after our diet or safety or ourselves. It's just part of the job, and we're just used to that.
Yeah.
Yo, Ed, I played 82 games in 7 months, man. Like, how many cities are you going to at a time? Like, how many shows are you doing here right now?
So we're going to be here. Well, we've already been here for 2 weekends. We have one more weekend left. So it's a 3-week showing.
And where do you go from here?
Colorado Springs.
Okay. So you'll probably do a couple there, and then you work this area, and then you got some more destinations, obviously, right?
Realistically, we work from the middle of January until the middle of December.
Okay.
And that's our season. And we usually move every 2 or 3 weeks. So.
Oh, wow.
It adds up.
Wow. Ed, you got anything else?
No,
I'm just amazed she's on that little rope.
Yeah, I think people would say that I want to grow up and go to be in the circus, and you actually are doing that. But I just got to commend you, because those are I remember, like I said, going and seeing the elephants, and as a kid, and that was a long time ago. But hearing it through my granddaughter, and when she talked about it, and she's the apple of my wife and I's eye. Oh man, that little voice still kills me, man, and it always will. So when she talked about it, I was like, hey, she had a great time. She went with a friend, like I said, from school.
Yeah.
And so they really enjoyed it. So, yeah, you did your job with her, because she won't forget that. Yeah.
That's so amazing to hear.
So tickets are still on sale. Hey, Michelle, where can we go get the tickets? We know where.
So you can actually buy tickets online at doportugalcircususa.com, or 30 minutes before show times. You can actually just buy them on site at our box office.
So how many shows do you actually do in one weekend?
So we have shows Monday through Friday.
Okay.
Tuesday we don't have shows. So Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we have one show every single day. Saturday we have 3 shows. Sunday 2 shows.
Wow. Hey, she's programmed. Hey, way to be on your stuff. Hey, Kaylina, you got one more? I know you do. You got to end it. I'm letting you end it. I'm smart.
So you mentioned that when I was talking to you, you have like an RV that you bring.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
and
wow.
do you have a cat?
I have 4 cats.
You have
actually.
4 cats, and they travel with you full
They
time.
do.
Oh,
Wow.
that is so fun.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's the dream.
Yeah.
I had 6 cats at one point, and I wanted to van life, and this woman is doing a much better job.
How much time did you have? Did you say you had 2 hours to drill her?
Yeah, I
You
was,
dug deep, didn't you?
Yeah.
I was asking her everything.
You
I
didn't
was
get the
like,
license plate, did you? Okay,
No.
just saying.
yeah, it was one of those things where after I left, I was like, man, I feel like we became friends, and then I don't know when I'll see her next. And then she walked
And then
in
I'm
today.
here.
That's so awesome.
Yay!
Eva, thank you so much for
Yes,
coming
thank
on.
you.
I
Thank you guys for
appreciate you
having
coming on
me.
and promoting what you do. I am very amazed with your craft. Just
Thank
saying.
you.
With me being 6'8", it's amazing how you do what you do. So good luck for this last weekend and so forth in the future
Thank you.
with the things you're doing. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll be right back. You're listening to Unfiltered with Kenny Thomas on 95.9 FM and AM 610 The Sports Animal. You're listening to Unfiltered with Kenny Thomas on 95.9 FM and AM 610 The Sports Animal. I got Kaylina in here producing with me, guys, today because it's Tuesday. Taco Tuesday, too, as well. I don't know if I'm having some tacos, but it is New Mexico. Tacos happen all the time.
I was going to say, it's not that hard to find tacos.
Yeah, right? And I got my guy Ed Nunez in here from the Pit Press as well.
Caller, is he gone? That caller, Lamont?
Lamont, if you want to pick up the phone, man, and call back, you can call 505-246-0610. Sorry about that. I saw the call drop. If you want to call back, 505-246-0610. If you want to text the text line as well, that's cool too. Ed, over the weekend, this past Saturday, I had the pleasure of being able to go back to my alma mater, Albuquerque High. State champs 95. You guys just went there for 1 year.
There you go.
Got to throw that out there. It was cool because I was able to see some amazing dudes that set a precedent before me, and then some of my teammates, Miguel Tippman, Brandon Sharks, them guys being able to be honored. And then at the same time, there were some guys there that you have had the privilege of playing with or playing against. The fact that you went to Highland, I'm not going to hold that against you. But at the same time, it's nice to see those people coming back that impact the community in a certain way. I thought that was pretty cool. They gave a lot of respect to Jim Holzman, especially with the things that he's done, and he was the one that started that. So just your thoughts, man, with some of the guys that were there that reached out to you as well.
Andy Rivera and Manny Otero and Trini Salas. Hey, they did a great job, man. Those, and I'm the chairperson of the Highland Hall of Fame. So me and Andy talking, and sometimes I want to see if I can get ideas on what we can do at Highland. But you shared a table with one of my very good friends, Ronell Brown, Player of the Year in football in 1984, a member of the state championship team, a basketball team in 1984, one of Albuquerque High's greatest athletes ever. He called me afterward. He was really excited to talk to you. Ronell, believe me when I tell you, man, that guy there was one of the best athletes I've ever seen. Yeah. Ever had the opportunity. We played Hoop It Up together back before there was referees, and some of the dudes that he laid out, man, and the guy was physical, strong.
Yeah. He looked like a little big dude.
Oh my goodness! But he had speed. Yeah. He could run. The guy was an amazing athlete.
He played everything, though, right?
He also played baseball, track and field. He's one of Albuquerque High's greatest athletes. And then I just chopped it up with Brandon Sharks yesterday. I'm going to have him on my show next week. And he mentioned that he had saw you to exchange phone numbers.
Yeah, I gave him my number because he's coaching. And I'm like, yo, hey, B, man, let me know what I can do to help the kids. I offered that. He didn't even ask me.
Yeah, no, he mentioned that. And so, you know what, there's too many guys to mention. But Andy Rivera, Manny Otero, Trini Salas, the Albuquerque High committee, you did a great job from what I understand. Kudos to them.
It was cool, man. They gave some of us some awards to where it was a picture, and I signed one, and they auctioned it off. So I was happy to be able to be a part of that. Let's go to the phone lines. Lamont, you're on the Sports Animal, Kenny Thomas, man. Sorry about that. What's up?
Kenny Thomas, what's up, my brother?
Hey, bro. How you doing, man?
How you doing? Are you keeping it real, holding it down?
Hey, I'm trying to the best I can, man.
Awesome.
That's
so
why I got Ed on here, man.
Prime, are you locking up Wemby, and how many points are you scoring on Wemby? And what is your favorite Taco Tuesday spot?
Appreciate you, my guy.
Cool.
Yo, would I lock up Wemby? No. The man's unbelievable. I don't know, man. The wingspan of that man is unbelievable. I would say I pull him away from the basket, but he would probably block my shot. But I don't know, man. I would have to try and figure it out. I played against Sean Bradley, 7'7". I played against, I think I played against Manute Ball. Don't hold me to that. But Shaq was there too, man. I don't know. That's an interesting question. But what would I have? I don't know, man. I would try and have 10 points or something. But as far as rebounds, I don't know about that because that man gets a lot of rebounds. He probably had a lot of blocks on me too, Ed.
You're going to find a way. You're going to find a way, though, man. You're going to watch film. You're going to find a way. Get him away from you got to pull the guy away from the rim, right? If he stays at the rim, forget it. but you're going to find a way. You'll find a way to get some too, man.
See,
but,
the first thing that pops in my mind, Ed, in the NBA, it doesn't matter where the ball hits the glass. The ball can hit the bottom but it can hit the glass beneath the rim because there's that little piece right there at the bottom on both sides.
That's right.
If the ball ever hits the glass first, it's still goaltending. People didn't know that.
Yeah.
Trust me. I knew that. Because it wasn't a matter, to a certain extent, it wasn't a matter of the ball going in. I just knew that there might be a shot blocker that was going to block my shot. And then if the ball hits the rim first, hits the backboard first, it doesn't matter where. Yeah, that was one of my tricks.
Yeah, hey, man, those rim protectors,
trades, man.
Those rim protectors make a big difference. We know that. They make a huge difference.
The Cavs and the Raptors, man. Obviously, the Cavs won 115 to 105. I got to give mad respect to the Raptors. You got Brandon Ingram over there. You got the young kid Barnes over there. They got some guys that can actually play. I felt like the Raptors might have had a chance in that game. If they were able to steal one in Cleveland, that would have been cool. But obviously, the Cleveland series is 2-0. But can the Raptors get one? I can see they can get one. I see that game going 5. What's your thoughts on the game with the Cavs and the Raptors?
I look at James Harden. You mentioned Donovan Mitchell. He had a good game. But when you bring in Harden, you bring in a scorer and a playmaker. And, he's lost a step for sure. He's not the same scorer he was maybe even 2 or 3 years ago. He's effective. He's a veteran. He knows how to get spots. He knows how to get people the ball. They've got Mobley, Jared Allen. I like Jared Allen a lot. I really do. So Cleveland may or Toronto may get one, but I don't see them. Past that, that's Cleveland series. They're probably going to advance there.
I had to give the Raptors some respect on their name, man, because the way that they played that game last night, I did not see that happening. But yeah, it's one of those ones, man. Everybody really shows up when the playoffs start. Isn't it amazing how now money is implemented, but before money was not implemented? That's an extra bonus with the play-in tournament and opportunities for these guys to be able to advance through each round of the actual playoffs to where there's more money incentives. It's crazy how this world works, but it revolves around money, and also it comes down to being productive, right? So
those dudes are playing hard.
They're playing so hard.
Money's on the line. And pride's on the line too, man. It is.
And being able to have that pride to say, hey, nobody expected the Raptors to be here right now, right? Nobody expected the Hawks to actually beat the Knicks, which is what I want to jump into when we get back, because my guy Mike Brown up at the Knicks, man, the Knicks did not have a timeout at the end of that game. You know that, right? They did not have a timeout. Yeah. So I was a little stunned from the standpoint when I saw Mike Brown go. He was waving go. But it was from one of those standpoints of like being able to advance it if you did have a timeout. It just did not happen. I want to talk about the Knicks when we get back from this break because I don't know, man. I was a believer, but I'm not sure right now. So we'll be right back. Thanks for listening to Unfiltered with Kenny Thomas on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal. Listen to Unfiltered with Kenny Thomas on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal. I got Kaylina in here producing with me today, and I got my guy Ed Nunez from the Pit Press in here with me as well. You guys, if you missed that episode of Unfiltered, you can go to YouTube, search Unfiltered with Kenny Thomas. You can go to all the podcast platforms as well and search Unfiltered with Kenny Thomas. And you can go to Kenny Thomas NBA. And there's short clips of everybody that's been on the show that you've heard, from Kaylina to Ed to Jonah to Eric Strauss to my teammate Clayton Shields, with Bro Time with Clayton Shields, to where you can check that out too as well. If you missed the episode, they're all there. They all go up right after the show. Got another hour, but yo, Ed, my guy, I want to talk about this Knicks and Hawks game. The Knicks came out. They blew a 14-point lead. It was unbelievable. It's the second time the Knicks have blown a 12-point lead, leading into the fourth quarter at home when it comes to a playoff game. Game 5 of 1994 Eastern Finals versus the Pacers was the last time, and they showed a clip of that Reggie Miller doing his choking antics of like how the Knicks were choking. But man, the Hawks came out and played an unbelievable game. The series is 1-1 right now. The Knicks led 78-66 after the third quarter. It just seems like they couldn't get over that hump. And you got Anthony Towns that seems like he played great in the first three quarters. Where was Anthony Towns in the fourth quarter? That's just where everybody's saying he doesn't show up in the fourth quarter.
They needed him, and you mentioned he came up short. But when you mentioned that '94 Eastern Conference final and the iconic vision of Reggie Miller doing that, him and Spike Lee were arguing the whole game. And then the New York Post came out the next day telling Spike Lee, "Shut your mouth," because Spike Lee is gonna, he's gonna get. And then last year, Tyrese Halliburton put him to sleep too. Tyrese Halliburton gave him the choke sign. Yeah. And so, look, you can lose in Toronto, you can lose in Orlando, but when you lose at the Garden, it's huge, right? Yeah. It's huge because everything in New York is bigger. Now, C.J. McCollum had a big fourth quarter. He had a really big fourth quarter, and they asked him afterward, "Did you feel like you could take Brunson?" And he said, "Yeah." What do you? He said, in fact, what he said is, "What do you think?"
Yeah.
And they asked him again. He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "That guy can't guard me."
He wanted that matchup, and then you got to think about the height situation. Does Jalen Brunson really play the type of defense that he's supposed to? No.
They didn't change coverage either.
But C.J. McCollum, is he the type of guy that's going to show up when it comes to playoff series, right? He has a little bit of a rep from the standpoint of Portland, right? Him and Dame, they were together. Where was C.J. then? Because he was non-existent to a certain extent. But the fact that he came out and had 32 points the way he did, and he almost blew it because he couldn't make free throws. He's not the type of guy that's shooting an 80%, a minimum, at the free throw line to come out and miss those two free throws.
Yeah, that was big. And, you mentioned, but CJ also went to New Orleans for a while too, but he bought out the old CJ last night. When Jalen Johnson's another guy for the Hawks. That guy's underrated. They got Kuminga from Golden State. They've got some pieces there. But if you're up by 15 and you're at home, you've got to close that. You have to close that out. You do.
Especially being at home. How do you, I don't know, man. When you let the Hawks go on a 21-7 run at home, like it
got downhill.
For a minute there, they didn't score. I would say for like a good 10 minutes. It was like they couldn't throw anything in the ocean at that time. But you got to also give the Hawks credit because they did go on a run, and they did not allow the Knicks to get on any type of run to where I felt like the Knicks wanted to get on the run, but they couldn't just get over that hump. And I was a little surprised with the whole Mike Brown team with the Knicks. But
you mentioned them not having a timeout at the end, and then Mikal Bridges is a nice player, but is he the guy that you want to take your last shot? You want Brunson or Cat taking that shot, and Mikal Bridges had to take that. And, that's not probably the guy you wanted the ball in his hands with that situation.
I felt like Bridges had a little bit more time to get to the basket, too. Did you notice I felt like he could have went baseline, but he stopped? And when is he that type of dude that can just knock down a mid-range shot like that?
But you got to remember, and I think you'd agree with this, he hasn't been in a lot of situations like that. Normally the ball goes in someone else's hands, and that's the same thing with Houston. We'll talk about them later. But they're used to the guy who's going to get the ball, Brunson or Cat. Yeah. And you want the ball in Brunson's hands, right? Ideally, set a pick for him, let him go downhill.
That's what I thought.
Get to his left hand, right? Yeah. And you got to go with Mikal Bridges. And you saw the result.
41-1, the Knicks were all time when leading by 12 points.
41-1.
41-1.
That's painful. Now you can only imagine what the New York Post had today.
41 and
yeah, and there's papers that are dying throughout the land. There's a bunch of newspapers that are going under. But when I visited New York, when I was there, my wife and I, we went there twice. I couldn't wait to get the Post, because at that time A-Rod was playing for the Yankees. A-Rod 0 for 4, Yankees lose again. I mean, they just put it out there in bold headlines. So what do you think the headlines were today? Knicks choke again, something like that.
Oh, without a doubt. And Dan, if you're listening, hey, you can call in about your Knicks, man. 505-246-0610 if you want to chop it up, or you can text me 505.
That is my dude.
I'm trying to vet people to call in.
that guy last week, he when he told you about Ryan Berryman, hey Kenny, if the Dodgers can leave Brooklyn, anything is possible.
No.
Man, that had me laughing. God, got me cracking up.
I was like, no, RB's not going anywhere. Hey, you guys. Yo, Ed, I want to talk about the Timberwolves and the Nuggets, man. The Timberwolves 119, the Nuggets 114. I feel like the Timberwolves have kind of had the Nuggets number, obviously, from last year. So the pressure is on the Nuggets to be able to come in and perform. With Jamal Murray having 30 points the way he did, I'd anticipate him having that. He has to have that in order for them to win. But I don't know, man. I feel like Brown is that X factor for the Nuggets. And you got Jokic that didn't even score in the first half, ended up with almost 30.
2 points in the fourth quarter, though. He only had 2.
And he ended up with 24.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable how this man can just score the ball. But what's your thoughts on that series when it comes to Ant-Man and the way that he's playing? And do you – I don't know, man. I feel like Denver's playing some really, really strong basketball, but I feel like, I don't know, Minnesota just might still have that edge.
You know what? Jaden McDaniels said after the game, for Minnesota. He said none of those dudes are good defenders. They can't stop nobody. He said that, and so and you know what? They went at him hard in the fourth quarter, getting downhill. They drove right at them. And Denver. Jokic is not a rim protector per se. He's not a great shot blocker. But if you're on the opposing team and you see that and you say Jaden McDaniels says none of you can defend, I would be upset about that. But there's some truth to that. You know, they got to the basket at will. They got to the basket at will last night. So Minnesota last night, DiVincenzo, how well did he play? Ooh, and then the hammer at the end, and he's laughing and joking.
Yeah,
I hate losing, man. So I'm going to remember that if I'm Denver, people laughing and joking. Yeah. Oh man, you on our court, I'm going to be ready for Game 3, man. I know I would be, and you would be, and they've got to make some defensive adjustments. So. I think you're right. Minnesota right now has that edge.
They got that edge.
But Denver's got to find a way, man. They need Jokic to, and I love him. What a great player. One of the greatest we've seen of all time. But I think they've got to find a way, make some adjustments here.
Yo, I feel like just Minnesota just got that dog. I think in a 7-game series, I hate to say this, and I know Colorado's right here. I just feel like Minnesota's got that edge, man. But Dan, hey, bro, don't hang up, Dan. I got to go to commercial because of the sponsors. Thanks for listening, calling in. We'll get right back to you after this break. Thanks for listening to Unfiltered with Kenny Thomas on 95.9 FM and AM 610 The Sports Animal. You're listening to Unfiltered with Kenny Thomas on 95.9 FM and AM 610 The Sports Animal. I got Kaylina here with me producing today, and I got my guy Ed Nunez from the Pit Press here with me as well. Let's get to the phone lines. Let's bring in my guy Dan. He's been holding for too long already. Dan, you're on the Sports Animal with Kenny Thomas. What's up, man?
Hey, Kenny, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. What's going on?
Okay, great. Listen, man. Yo, that Knicks game last night, forget it. Remember this? Mikal Bridges. The Knicks gave up five number 1 draft picks for that guy last night, and he couldn't hit the shot at the end of the game. Just remember that and who they are. I think Atlanta never gave up. They stayed in there. They were down 12. They stayed in that game, and they fought. And even at the end, the Knicks had a chance to tie the game, not even to win it from where Bridges shot the ball. But I'll tell you what, if they take 2 in Atlanta and they come back to New York 3-1, yesterday is just, that's just a piece of history there. But we'll see what happens down in Atlanta. If they split, the Knicks got their hands full. And these teams in the playoffs, look what the T-Wolves did over there in Denver.
Yeah.
I mean, these teams in the playoffs, Orlando over in Detroit. I mean, these teams they're playing. They're not going to roll over these lower seed clubs. So, it looks like a good series. But I want to tell you, the Knicks got to come on, 12 up at home. Give me a break, man. So I don't know, man. That's all I got, Kenny, on that. I don't know if you want to ask me anything, but go ahead.
Yo, hey, Anthony Towns, man, as far as the fourth quarter, like, I know you're not a fan, but, like, that guy has to show up. Like, he hit some big threes in the third quarter, but where's this guy in the fourth?
No, and that's the rest of the club, too. Where are they? Where the guys picking up his slack, okay? And that McCullum guy that went on Brunson, you know what? He's going to own Brunson. He's taller than him. He's stronger than him, and he can muscle that guy.
That's
and
fair.
And you notice, Kenny, you play pro ball. You're playing a team, every day now. It's not like you're going to get a soft team tomorrow. You get a 3-day rest and play in a palooka. You're playing good clubs, and they physically match up to you, and they're going to wear you down. And that's why a lot of these clubs, when they get into like not the finals, but the division finals, those guys are beaten up. I mean, both those teams are beaten just in this playing in the playoffs in the regular season, but the playoffs in particular, because you're playing against these bigger guys, and they're going to take you down, and that's it. That's what they're doing out there.
Go ahead, Ed.
Looking for mismatches, what they found last night, Dan. Dan, I just got to ask you, how long have you followed the NBA?
Since 1969.
Oh, man. You got me by 3 years, man.
I remember the first Knicks. I was like 10 years old when the Knicks won their first against the Lakers. I remember Phil Jackson with the Knicks, man. I mean, it goes back, and I've been following sports since then. So everything in between today and back then, I've been following, yeah.
You're from New York, right?
Originally, yeah. I live out here, though. I'm a New Yorker can. I'm a half New Yorker, half New Mexican.
I know, man. I love your takes, man, because you know what? You know the game. You know, you've been around. You've watched it. Did you get a chance to watch the Jerry West documentary?
Yeah, you read my mind. That's a great point.
Oh, absolutely. Are you kidding me? Jerry West hit a half-court shot to tie the game, and they go, "Oh, that would have been a three-pointer." Back at, today, that would have been a three-pointer. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But no, I remember, and this was their starting lineup. It was Jerry West, Gail Goodrich, Elston, Happy Hairston, Elgin Baylor, and Will Chamberlain. And those were the Lakers' starting five. I remember them very, very well. And the Knicks had DeBusschere, Bradley, Monroe, and not Monroe. They had Frazier, and in '69, they had Dick Barnett.
Ball back,
and that guy
baby.
took the weirdest shot with his legs. He'd stick his legs out underneath him. Dick Barnett, check him out. And then, of course, Earl Monroe. And guys, I know, Kenny, you're a basketball dude. Let me tell you something. Long before Magic Johnson, it was Earl Monroe.
Yeah,
Earl Monroe was the original no behind look, behind the pass, no look pass. It was Earl the Pearl Monroe. And anyone that follows basketball ought to give that guy the props that he deserves.
Oh, without a doubt, that's one of the people that Magic actually used to watch a lot. Hey, let's just keep it real. And then next thing you know, here's Showtime Magic.
Yeah, when I was a kid, they'd be on the radio, and Marv Albert would describe Earl Monroe like this. I swear to you. He goes, "Monroe in the lane, spinning, twirling, and hitting." And the guard would go crazy, man. But that's how he described them.
Oh, man.
Spinning, twirling, and hitting. Watch the man. Watch the old NBA films. The man was remarkable.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, he was. Marv Albert. Hey, I got to talk to that dude. He's a good dude, bro. Yeah.
Wow, that's all I could say. Legend.
Dan, you're a legend, bro. I appreciate you, man. I always listening.
I love you guys. You guys do a great, you have a great little show. You do a heck of a lot of things for the kids in the community, Kenny. All you guys with the outreach and all, you guys do it for, for a little small community, man. You guys have a solid show. I really enjoy listening to you. And, you talk Knicks or something, I'm going to call in. You know that. I mean, I'm listening to you. I'll get off the couch and drop drop a line on you.
Hey, bro, real quick. Jake Hall, bro. I want your take. Jake Hall. He's coming back.
I'm so glad the kid's coming back, man. I tell you what, man. You know what I'd like to see these guys do 2 years at a school, and then if you want a portal, it goes to the last 2 years somewhere else. The kid coming back and playing here, I think it's marvelous. He's a good kid. The fan base loves it. It's going to be another great season for the UNM Lobos, brother.
I totally agree, bro. Thanks as always, Dan. You have a good one, bro.
All right, you too, my man. Bye-bye.
Man, I asked for people to call in, and I receive. I love the fact that I have consistent listeners that are always listening, and yeah, I appreciate Dan, man. I totally agree because, I mean, if the Knicks don't win one of those games, it's a wrap, obviously, right? It's just one of those things. It's just not going to happen. 2-2, 1-1-1,
right?
It's just not going to happen. Like back in the day, it was 5-game series. Back when
miniseries, best of 5,
bro. It's the dog in these people right now and these teams right now. You never know what's gonna happen. I just got mad respect for the Hawks and what they've done. But back to the Minnesota Timberwolves, man. Like, I think Ant-Man is one of those leaders to where I think they feed off of him, and I think at this point, I don't think the Denver Nuggets can match their attitude and their energy in a 7-game series.
You know what? I think that's a pretty good point. This is a team that's younger, hungry, again, McDaniel's saying that none of those Nuggets are good defenders. They've got the confidence going into the fourth quarter that they can get to the rim. They can get downhill, or drive and kick. So what defensive adjustments is Denver going to make? Brown played a good game. You mentioned that. Hardaway, they need some contributions from other people. Jokic has to have more than 2 points. He had some shots right on line. They just went back heel. They didn't go in last night. Still had 24 points. So they've got again though, the hunger, the aggressiveness, the bravado, the chip, the swag. Right now, that all belongs to Minnesota, man. So I enjoyed. My wife and I enjoyed the heck out of that.
I enjoyed that game.
We really did.
And you think about Jokic, right? And you got Rudy Gobert that's playing him.
He dunked right in Jokic's
And
face last night.
And defensive, and Jokic dunked on him too.
Yeah, he did. He did. Oh, that was nasty.
It was random.
Man, I came out of the couch and I was like, oh, man.
It was sneaky. I was like, big fella didn't even, I didn't even know he had them hops anymore.
I didn't either.
Jokic just snuck. Yeah, he just snuck dunk Rudy Gobert. But Rudy Gobert is what, 3-4-time defensive player of the year?
Stifle Towers. I thought his nickname is Stifle Towers since he's the Frenchman. So, yeah.
How do you hold Jokic to 1 for 7 in the fourth quarter?
Again, when they say that he was held, some of those shots were open and he just missed them.
But Rudy Gobert altered those shots, man, because he knew he was there. Trust me.
Yeah.
Come on, man. When you were probably an opportunity, when you were playing, just think about somebody that was taller. You just, in your mind, he's there. Even though you might think you can get shots off, it just felt like Jokic, he changed up some shots that he wouldn't normally change up around the basket, and he just didn't get any rolls because I feel like Rudy Gobert was there.
Took a little bit off that shot to follow through, that length matters. Well, we said that about Wemby. Yeah. Anytime he's in the vicinity, people get a little nervous.
Yeah, totally agree. Yeah. I know I would.
Yeah.
Hey, it's one of those things, man. But are we, I don't know if you agree if you're a Nuggets fan, but are you worried about the Nuggets being able to go on the road and get one of those wins in Minnesota? I think it's going to be interesting to see how that unfolds, man. But, hey, I want to talk about your Lakers and the Rockets, that game that's coming up here tonight, because LeBron James is one of those dudes to where can he have 25 again? Because he's going to have 25 if they're going to have any type of chance. And I would love to get your thoughts on your Lakers. We'll be right back. You're listening to Unfiltered with Kenny Thomas on 95.9 FM and AM 610 The Sports Animal. You're listening to Unfiltered with Kenny Thomas on 95.9 FM and AM 610 The Sports Animal. I got Kaylina in here with me producing, and I got my guy Ed Nunez from the Pit Press in here with me for the next 30 minutes. Hey, you guys, Eric Strauss just jumped ship. I didn't get a text today or anything. Yeah, I'm going to have to let Eric know.
How dare he?
Yeah. I wonder if he's coming in. Nah, who knows?
He'll just randomly show up.
Yeah, that's Eric.
He'll make it seem like he's not going to, and then poof, there he is.
Let me tell you guys, yesterday his ringer went off like 3-4 times. I'm like, hey, what is happening right now?
It still did, huh?
Yeah,
wow.
It did. Even though we tell him all the time, it's just Eric. Maybe he thinks because he talks politics, he can just do whatever he wants. But I don't know, man. But, yo, Ed, Rockets, Lakers, Game 2 tonight. Obviously, it's in L.A. The Lakers came out and shot 60%. My Rockets shot 37%. They couldn't break 100 without KD. Looks like KD is going to be playing. Hopefully he is. But, hey, the nice thing about it is that Austin Reeves might come back before this series might be over, which would be a huge addition. But, obviously, I expect my Rockets to attack LeBron James on your perimeter. What's your thoughts on your Lakers in this game tonight, man?
The game plan, we thought they were going to blitz LeBron. He made some great passes. He did. Got to that fadeaway. Amen Thompson was right on that fadeaway, and he still made it. So I thought that he found, okay, the other thing was Luke Kennard, and when they acquired Kennard at the trade deadline, I thought they let Gabe Vincent go, and I thought to myself, okay, they need wings and guards. He's not going to move the meter that much. And he had some nice games, but now without Reeves and without Luka, he had 27 points. Mm-hmm. So they're going to have to Houston is going to have to chase him off the 3-point line because that's where he's comfortable. Make him go mid-range. But he had a very good game. Rui Hachimura, I have to remember, can hit some threes.
I like him.
Rui can get downhill a little bit.
I like him.
And so I thought LeBron again, the facilitator. And you know what? I got to say this too. I'm not a huge fan of Bronny James. I'm not. I don't think he belongs on that roster. But when a moment like that, and you got a dad and son playing in the playoffs,
That's
LeBron
cool.
mentioned that.
Yeah,
I've got my wife here, my mom's here, his grandmother watching this.
That's fair.
So what you got a dad saying, "Hey son, think about it. You're getting ready for the playoffs. This is your son."
Eric,
Yeah.
let me tell you something, Ed. You're drawing on the heartstrings right now because I'm about to let you have it. Because DeAndre Ayton,
Yeah.
yo, I don't
Actually
see
played all right
him.
the
I
other
don't
night.
see him having 19 again. I don't see him showing up and doing what he's supposed to do. Shangoon, that's with the Rockets. I don't see him going 6 for 19 again. I feel like he's going to have a better
He
game.
should have a much better game.
And you got to also keep in mind, A-Man Thompson is not a point guard. He's not a point guard for the Rockets. But that's nor here nor there because you got other guys that are just going to have to step up for the Rockets. But I got to give mad respect to LeBron James because he had 20 points and 10 rebounds or something like that.
13 assists. He had a lot
He
of
was
assists,
balling, man. And I think he still can, but I just feel like he's going to need some help. And my Rockets got to be able to split and take one, especially playing in L.A. You can't go home down 2 because I don't think the Rockets should be able to win 2 at home, but I don't think they can win 2 at home back to back, especially if KD's not playing.
He's a game-time decision. We mentioned he's got that bone contusion. You knock knees with somebody at practice. And I'll tell you one thing, those things hurt, but they've got treatment 24/7. They're getting treated at the hotel as soon as he wakes up. I would think he'd probably be out there tonight. What his effectiveness level, I don't know, but he's going to get 20 if he's out there. He falls out of bed and scores 20. They need him. You saw the way the offense was discombobulated a little bit without him.
Yeah.
So when he's out there, and you mentioned that, Reed Shepherd's a nice player. He's not a point guard. Man Thompson, I like that kid. That kid's going to be an all-star for years. Segun, I think he should have a better game tonight. They've got length. They've got some star power. But I think when you don't have Durant in there, then they're used to watching. You need a score late in the shot clock. Who's going to get it for you?
Yeah,
that's
totally
the
agree.
question.
KD, you better play, man. I don't know. I'm a big fan of KD. But, hey, bro, I'm going to switch it to the Sixers and the Celtics. Obviously, that's the first game that's probably on right now. Boston is leading that 1-0. I don't think my Sixers necessarily have a chance. I think they might get one at home. But with Jason Tatum and the way that squad is playing right now, I just feel like it's going to be a tough series for the Sixers. And I don't even think Joel Embiid would really impact like that right now because think about the timing of not playing and then having to come back. I feel like he could mess up that flow, but you got Tyrese Maxey that's playing at a very, very high level, but can he sustain that? I don't know, man. What's your thoughts on that series, even though Boston's probably going to win it?
Maxey's an all-star. Maxey is so quick, and once he turns that corner, he's really tough to stop. He's he's gonna do what Tyrese Maxey has been doing. The other thing is VJ Edgecombe, Paul George. Yeah. We forgot about Paul George.
He disappears in the playoffs.
You know what? I got to say this, that he's been a nice player. He's gotten huge contracts. What does he ever want? And I hate to say that because the test that he flunked and that caused him to miss 25 games. Yeah. He's a veteran, man. He knows better. Yeah. He knows better. Cost him a lot of money, and they need him. But you're right. In the fourth quarter, where is he? Where they need production from him if they're going to win this game. He's a veteran. He's been out there. Yeah. Now I think Embiid would impact, but is it enough? No. Hey, Boston with Tatum.
Not right now.
We kind of wondered how he would be after this Achilles. This kid is playing some great ball.
It's like
man.
He never skipped a beat.
Yeah,
right?
at all. He's playing some great basketball.
After 10 months, it's like it's unreal.
No, he's playing some great ball.
It's amazing to me how Jaylen Brown did not make the MVP top. I think he was in the top 5, but
hey, that's another guy, man.
Whew. He's playing some unbelievable ball. But I love the way that I'm not a Boston fan. I love basketball, but I love the way that Boston plays together. Speaking of Boston, let's pivot back to the Lakers because it just crossed my mind. Because if you haven't seen that Jerry West series, it's called the Logo on Prime. You got to go check that out because Ed, we were talking off air to where in this hour-and-a-half documentary on Jerry West, it's real deep, you guys. The way that he went through all those years and not being able to beat Boston, him going back to Boston, he went into that building. He didn't even want to be in that building. Just the legacy that he felt like he was leaving, not being able to be Boston. And then it finally happened. But your thoughts on that whole part of like Jerry West going back to Boston?
Well, the whole thing.
I hated that.
Yeah, I almost had to run back certain parts because I didn't get to see a lot of the tape when he was playing. The NBA wasn't on a lot of channels. They had 3 channels back then. You were lucky to catch one NBA game on ABC way back in the day. So he was the first poster on my wall, one of the first favorite players I ever had. So you look at it, and when he was the player, they lost 6 times to Boston.
Yeah.
So I was young then. I don't know if I'd have stayed with the Lakers. I'm sure I would have. And in '69, they should win it, and they lose then. He's named the MVP of that series, 42 points in the final, the only player from a losing team to be named MVP. They award him a car from Sport. It's a green car. When I saw that, I was like, oh, my God. So they put the stake through him even more.
So back in the day, I was surprised that they gave the MVP to a person that did not win the championship.
They know that he was only, I think, one of the few ones that got that. From a losing, he had 42 points with a torn hamstring he played with. So, but you look at it, and he even as the general manager of the Lakers, he did a great job, a wonderful job. He was able to get, they got Magic with a number 1 pick, Worthy with the number 1 pick. They lucked out, but they got that team together. They acquired Kareem, but he was so superstitious that in this forum, he would come out and watch and then go back to his office, man.
Yeah.
The guy was tormented. I felt bad for him. I'm looking at him, and I'm thinking, what a great player. I don't care. That's why I'll never like J.J. Redick as the head coach of the Lakers, because he said that West played against plumbers. After he said that, I'm done with him. Jerry West could have played in any era.
That. Yeah.
Could have played in any era. So you look at he pulled up with his left hand, his right hand. He got to the basket. He was a great, great player. But, it's sad from success he had from a personal standpoint. Went with the Lakers, went with the Warriors, Clippers. And you heard what these guys said about him.
Oh, yeah.
They revere him, right?
He changed every program.
Every single
except
one of them.
the Clippers.
Right. And they were on their way to doing something. But I guess the thing for me as a Jerry West fan, I was very sad the way the Lakers treated him at the end of his life. They took away his season tickets. They treated him, and he said this too, and it really, really drove a stake through my heart, man, because he said, maybe I wish I would have never played for the Lakers. He loved the Lakers at one time. Mm-hmm. He's got a statue outside the center.
Yeah.
So that hurt me a little bit because, I'm a huge Laker fan.
Imagine how deep that went.
That's
That's
deep.
the problem, because how do you go that direction from the man that actually put the Lakers on the map?
You know what? Here's what they said, because I read a book. They said that I guess Dr. Buss, who loved him, but then when the championships start coming in, he wanted his, because everyone's saying Jerry West, Jerry West, Jerry West. Dr. Buss felt like, hey, what about me? I'm not getting enough credit. You know how that goes?
Yeah, oh yeah.
That jealousy and ego.
Oh yeah.
And so that kind of started the separation. Then when Phil Jackson came in, he was dating Jeannie Buss. Jerry West said, hey, I don't like that. I don't think we should be doing that.
Yeah.
He went to Dr. Buss. Dr. Buss said they're adults. That kind of started the rift, and it got bigger and bigger and bigger. And at the end of his life, I don't think he was proud to be a Laker, which hurt the heck out of me because that guy was Mr. Laker to me.
And it's coming up when he passed. I think it's this month.
2 years.
24.
Yeah.
I think it's coming up towards the end of this month when Jerry passed.
86 years old, and if you look at him, he still had sound mind, right? Yeah. When I was watching this documentary, I said, hey, this guy's still sharp.
I said the same thing. I think he was just tired.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like mentally tired. And then the thing about it is the demons that he had to deal with from the standpoint of the childhood perspective of like the whole domestic violence and the dad hitting on his sister and different things like that. It's like he had to deal with those demons. And one thing that stuck out to me is like Michael Jordan. You see how envious Michael Jordan was of him from the standpoint of Jerry was the one that helped him to be able to get to the point to where he was Magic. You got Cooper, Michael Cooper, our guy, to where it's just I didn't realize. I knew it because I was in the NBA and I felt the vibe when I met him and just being around and just hearing the different things. But being able to see that documentary, there's a lot that I didn't know outside of the fact that I hope everybody that's listening right now, you knew that Jerry West is the logo for the NBA. And if you didn't, now you do. He is the logo. And it just became announced with Adam Silver because I find it very hard to a certain extent that David Stern had an issue with announcing the fact that it was Jerry West.
Right.
Remember that part?
Yeah.
And I think David Stern, I think he was a great commissioner, but I think he was a little stubborn too.
Oh, yeah, big time.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah.
But I think everybody knew that, he was the logo. But I got to tell you this, he didn't even want to be the logo. They asked him, he's like, you know what? This is a very humble man. But you know what? A competitor, a guy that, think about it, we both hate losing. This guy hated losing so much that when he went back to Boston Garden in 85, his son said he almost had a nervous breakdown. He goes, I got to get out of here. Yeah. I can't stay here. Yeah. And this is years later. So the guy was very complex, but you know what? I enjoyed the heck out of that. I've got to watch it. I'm going to watch it again and again and again and again.
That's one of those ones you download and you just keep in the rotation to a certain extent. We got one more segment. We will be right back. Thanks for tuning in to Unfiltered on 95.9 FM and AM 610 The Sports Animal. Listen to Unfiltered with Kenny Thomas on 95.9 FM and AM 610 The Sports Animal. I got Kaylina in here producing with me, who's doing an amazing job as usual.
Thank you.
Oh, wait. You kidding me, young lady?
Man.
I appreciate you very much.
I'm just amazing.
I think you are. I really do. And I'm not even your boyfriend. Tell your boyfriend to calm down. I'm not. Yeah. No.
I don't think anyone's worried, Kenny.
My guy, Ed Nunez from the Pit Press is here with me as well. I was just talking offline with Ed, you guys. He heard the show earlier this week. I think it might have been yesterday that you heard the show. Obviously, it was yesterday. So I threw out there that there was a conversation that Jake Hall, to where he's being compared to Royce Only. I'm not saying he can't be Royce. When it comes down to the standpoint of them being great shooters, I feel like he can possibly be that guy. Jake is a dominant player when it comes to the offensive perspective, but there's some components that he needs to get better when it comes to getting stronger. He's a freshman. Those things are going to come. When I say stronger, I'm talking about his leg base, to where it will create better opportunities for himself to be a better shooter. Because I feel like, hey, these teams are going to get up into him. They're going to pressure him, and multiple things are going to come. But, Ed, I know you want to give your perspective on Jake Hall and Royce Only, because there are some great comparisons, but Jake has a while to go when it comes to that.
I would agree, but I'm going to say this, and I watched your team play here. Royce played at Hot Springs and was a son of a coach, Sam Olney. Coached him at Hot Springs. They're two different players the way I look at it.
Okay.
And Jake Hall is, had one of the best freshman seasons we've ever seen here at UNM. Now, did Jake, the surrounding cast, look at who Royce played with. This is not a knock on Jake or who he played with. Royce played with you. He played with Spider. He played with Clayton. He played with Lamont. He played with some really good players. Now, Jake Hall here in his first season, they had some good players, sure. They won 26 games, but I don't think anyone's going to sit there and compare that roster to your roster, and I don't mean that in a bad way.
Oh, no, I hear you.
Yeah, so Royce's impact defensively is way different, man. We understand that.
We didn't even think about defense.
Yeah, his impact defensively
where's Jake's defense?
Is huge. Yeah. Okay, so Royce, you mentioned, is going to get that 50-50 loose ball on the floor, the physical hustle. Yeah. We saw him guard Andre Miller. Yeah. We saw him. That dude was not going to be stopped, man. He's not going to be stopped. So the shot he hit against Utah, we had him on the Pit Press, Lobo legend, and we asked him. He said, coming out of the huddle, they had a play drawn, and he just decided himself. And you've heard it. He's told you a million times. Hey, Kenny, that kind of stuff there is legendary, man. Yeah. People remember Petey Gibson hitting a shot in 1969 to beat the Aggies, and they remember that. They don't forget that. Yeah. Clayton hit a shot at New Mexico State. I was listening on the way home from calling a game. Clayton made a shot from half court to win the game. Yeah. That's legendary, man. So Jake's got a ways to go, but they're two different players. Now, you mentioned about, I was on a Zoom call yesterday with Jake with the Albuquerque media, and he mentioned that. My son asked him a great question. What are you going to work on to improve? And he said, hey, they're not going for that shot fake anymore. I got to figure out some other things. So that tells me there's a player in there, and then his brother's coming, and they know how to play. My son said, do you guys have chemistry? Do you relocate? Do you know when to relocate when he has the ball? I'm anxious to see how they work together. I think this is a player that's going to definitely go in the weight room. You mentioned get stronger, natural maturation. As a freshman, he's going to be a sophomore. You know about the growth spurt you might get, and you'll be stronger. So I think there's room to improve. But I'd pump the brakes. Hey, Royce Olney is Royce Olney, man. You know, and there's a reason why. And I think Jake Hall has a chance to have a pretty good Lobo career, but it's two totally different players.
I totally agree. Here's a text. Back in the late 60s, the Sunday morning game on ABC would come on after the game started. I was like 9 minutes to go in the first quarter already. Yeah.
It has to be Dan.
Yeah.
Has to be taller, stronger, better.
Hey, somebody's really thinking deep. Yeah, it's just one of those things. Kaylina, I think we got like another minute or so. What's up? You good? I want to thank you for an amazing show as usual. I don't know if you want to chime in here real quick before we get up out of here.
I am always here to support.
Yeah.
Or laugh, I guess.
Gotta have that giggle. Gotta have it.
Yeah. I'm like, is it because of my personality, or is it like if I put just a recording of my laugh to randomly play like a buzzer in the background, if that would
That's funny. I got to think about that.
Still bring character. That way when Jonah's producing, you could just
Oh man,
I'm not going to do that. That sounds terrible.
Yeah. No, we got to have you live and in living color, man.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
Just wanted to make sure, you know, these are the details you need to know.
Hey, we got the draft kicking off this Thursday too, right? Come on, bro. You just your kicker too.
Brandon Aubrey.
Brandon Aubrey.
$28 million, highest paid kicker in league history. And this guy's kicked field goals from 66 yards. They were going to let him try 70. They were going to let him try a 70-yarder last year, and they decided not to. This guy's got a big leg, man.
Hey, we got who on the line? Adrian? Oh, my goodness. Yo, Adrian, you're on the sports animal. You got like 10 seconds, bro. What's up?
All right. Kenny, I could be losing my memory, but you used to play for the Lobos. As I recall, you were a great passer, interior post passer.
Thank you.
Would you consider yourself a great passer back in the day?
Yes, sir.
In college?
Yes, sir. I felt like I was the baby Magic Johnson. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. I think we could use you this year on the Lobos.
Every year.
Hey, sign me to a 10-day, bro.
Every year.
Thanks, bro. Hey, we'll be back tomorrow. Call back tomorrow, okay? Think he hung up. You dropped him. Yo, thanks for that call. Hey, I used to drop nuggets, man, just like I drop assists by bringing in Ed, the book of knowledge. Thank you, Ed.
Always.
Appreciate you. Check out my guy on the pit press. I will get you coming back on Thursday?
Oh, yes, sir. Thank
you, bro. I appreciate you as always. Thank you guys for tuning in. I will be back tomorrow from 4 to 6. Thanks for listening to your boy KT, Unfiltered, 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal. Have a good night.